Alright, so we're going to start with the C chord, and we're going to use our thumb on the A string and the B string with our middle finger. And we're going to play those together, kind of like a little pinch, like that. And now we're going to play the G with our first finger right here. And now we're going to use our thumb for the D string. So we've got... Now we'll play the high E with our ring finger right here. Thumb back on the A next. Now our first finger on the G, and our thumb back to the D. And then we're going to play our middle finger on the B. And that's your first measure. So, I'm kind of moving my hand just so you can see a little bit better, but... Alright, now the second measure, we're going to go thumb on the A, first finger on the G, thumb on the D, middle finger on the B. So we get this. So it's kind of like thumb, first, thumb, middle. Then we're going to go thumb on the A, first finger on the G, and thumb on the D. So we put that together, we've got like that. So the first two measures. Excellent. Now we're going to go to a G, and you don't have to play a 4-finger G, just a 3-finger G, and it would probably be easiest if you use your ring finger for your bass, and then your middle, and then your pinky. So we go from C to G. Now it's kind of the same idea here. We're going to go the thumb this time on the low E, because that's our root, and the middle finger on the B string together. And then we're going to play the G with our first, and the D with our thumb. So we get that. And then we're going to play the high E with our ring finger. One more time. Now we're going to go back to the A string with our thumb, and we're going to let go and let that be an open A, and we're going to hammer it to the 2nd fret. And then we're going to play the G with our first finger, right there, and then the open D with our thumb, and then the B string open with our middle finger. So we put those two parts together, and we have one more time. Alright, and now we're going to go back to the low E with our thumb, and then the open G with our first finger, and then the D with our thumb. Now we'll play the high E with our ring, back to the thumb on the low E, first finger on G, and the thumb on the D. Okay, and then we've got one more chord. So this chord is kind of a funky chord. It's kind of like an F6 sus sharp 11. That sounds way harder than what it is. So what we're going to do is just play the first fret of the low E and the third fret of your A string from the capo. So that's, and we're going to strum the low E through the B. That's going to be the notes that we'll pick. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the thumb with the low E, and at the same time we're going to play the middle, G with our middle finger. Okay. And then we're going to go D string with our first finger. And then A string with our thumb. Alright? Now we're going to go open B string with the middle. Low E with our thumb. And we'll add that. Now we're going to go open D with our first finger, that A string with our thumb, and the open G with our middle. So we'll get this. Alright, now the next measure, we're going to start again with our thumb, low E, first finger on that open D, and the thumb's going to go to the A string. Then middle finger on the high B. Thumb on the low E. Now we'll go first finger on the D, thumb back to the A, and then the middle finger on the open G right there. So we get one more time. One more time. And then we're back to C. And this measure of C is completely identical to the very first measure we played. So just like the opening, nothing changes there. So we're going to play that A and the B, then the G, then the D, high E, then A, G, D, and B. Now we go back to the G chord, and we're going to play, this is going to actually almost be identical to the first measure of the G. So we'll start with the low E and the B open. Alright, just like that. Then we're going to play G with our first finger, and then the thumb, we're going to play the D. Right? And then we'll use our ring finger to play that high E. Then we have that hammer on the low A. We'll remove that finger, play it with our thumb, hammer to the second fret. Then we've got an open G with our first finger, and the open D with our thumb. So